you a bit better. Okay. So upper body stretching, getting that upper body to be more mobile, so it takes less load on the body. There's less load on the lower back. When we have the more flexibility in the upper back, and when we have more flexibility in the upper back, we require our core to work a bit harder to hold us. So if we sit on the mat and we just slump like this, just let yourself slump, your tummy muscles don't really have to do anything, and you're basically just holding yourself there with the ligaments and muscles through the back and through the body and through the way the bones are stacked. If we then push the head up to the ceiling and straighten that back, and even if you have to soften your legs right now to do that, you can feel the pelvic floor muscles deep down in your knicker line, in your waistband area, have to engage in order to hold that pelvis taut. So that's our core holding us strong. So this is what we're working on. And if we alleviate the stiffness in the upper back, then we're able to hold ourselves easier with less load. So sitting up tall, rolling those shoulders up to the ears, round and forwards. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and forwards. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, and then pop those hands just on the floor behind you and just let your legs relax. And then just pull that chin all the way down into your chest. Push those hands into the floor, straighten those elbows, pull that chin down and lengthen your head from the top of your shoulders. Really push them away. And then take that head. I'm not having to take my head very far at all. Just a bit to the left. Oh, sorry, I've gone to the right. But if you've gone to the left, it doesn't matter. Just stay the same way. And just lift that ear. So if I've gone to the right, I'm lifting the left ear away from the left shoulder and really lengthening. Keeping my elbows straight, pushing those shoulders back and down. Bring that head back to the center. And then take my head the other way. And really push that right ear away from the right shoulder. Right ear away from the right shoulder, stretching. And bring the head back in front and lift your head back up. Put your hands on your knees and just slide your hands down towards your feet. So go easy on your neck first thing, it's just waking up. Let that head just hang loose. Just rock the head from side to side. And then sit yourself back up, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, put the palms of your hands on the floor, loosen the elbows, lift that chin up high and let that head come backwards as far as you feel comfortable, and then pull that chin into the chest, push off those hands, straighten those elbows and turn that head to the right, pushing the left ear away from the left shoulder. Stretching and turn that head across to the left. Pull the left ear away from the left shoulder. Lengthen and stretch. So I'm tipping my head a bit more than come back to center. So I pulled my chin into my chest. Pull your chin into your chest, so Roz particularly, chin into the chest, and glide the eyes around on the floor so your angle of your head stays the same. And then lifting that ear away. And then glide your eyes through your thighs again into the other side. And lift that chin, that ear away. And then bring your head back to center and bring your eyes up. So as opposed to just turning your head while it's vertical. So we can do that here as well. Have the head, eyes horizontal, turn the head to the right. And then turn the head to the left. But I feel this one is done better lying on your back. Have your eyes horizontal. Take your hands off the floor, hands on your thighs, and roll those hands down towards those feet. Pull forwards onto your, pulling your hips onto your thighs. Put those hands around your feet if you can, and really pull yourself down, stretching through the back, stretching through the armpits. Push that right hand down towards that right foot, and then push that left hand down towards that left foot. And then let those hands slide back. Sit yourself up nice and tall, and we'll just roll down onto the floor. So one vertebra at a time, slowly down to the ground. all the way down. Take those arms all the way over the head. Reach, push those fingers away from the toes. Push the right hand all the way away from that right foot, reaching and stretching. And then push the left hand all the way from the left foot, reaching and stretching. And then push both feet away from both hands. And then bring those hands up to the sky. Bring the right knee into the chest, bring the left knee. Lift the tailbone off the floor and release. Lift the tailbone off the floor, bring the nose to the knees and release. Lift the tailbone off the floor and release. Pop the head on the ground, roll the shoulders up to the ears, pull them down and back. Little lift of that lower back in neutral spine. Pop those arms on the floor by your side. Take your right foot down to the ground. Drawing the core in, protecting the lower back. Left foot down to the ground. No lifting of that lower back. Straighten those legs out wide. Bring those fingers up to the sky. Chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way up. Reaching towards those feet one more time. And then sit up tall. Grab the roller, pop it across the mat. And just put your elbows on your roller. And leaning back, so the roller is under the bottom ribs. Roller's under your bottom ribs here. Breathing in and on the out breath. Push the bottom ribs up to the sky and extend backwards over that roller, head down to the floor and relax. Breathing in. On the out breath, lifting up and move that roller up a little bit. Breathing in, take the head in the hands. Breathing out. Extend over that roller. Push those ribs up. And lift that head up, breathing in. Breathing out, move the roller up a bit more. And extend down over that roller. So we're just using the breath and pushing the ribs up, and then the head drops down and the bum's down. And then lift your head up. And then breathing in. So Natalie, we're on the roller here. Breathing out, stretching back over that roller. So just go easy, Natalie, because we've done a bit of moving already. Bring that head up. And then move the roller right up to the top to your shoulders. And then rest back and let your head rest on the back of the roller. Top of the head's just off the floor. I can put my arms wherever I want, down on the floor if I like. I think my arms are going to be happier resting on the edge of the roller. So I'm just going to rock the head left, rock it right, rock it left, rock it right. Just gently, you can feel a bit of crick, so I'm not going to go into them. And then have that head into the center. Take those fingers over the head, pop the fingers on the ground and straighten them out, pushing them away from the toes. And then bring those fingers back in, chin into the chest, lift yourself up and bring that roller back into the middle of your back. Back into the middle of your back, bend your knees up, feet flat on the floor. Take the head in the hands, breathing in. Breathing out and let that head go down to the floor. Push the chest up so we're arching over the roller. Breathing in. Breathing out and then lifting the bum just off the ground. Move the roller down to the bottom ribs and then move the roller back up through the middle, all the way back up to the base of the neck. And all the way back down through to the bottom ribs. And all the way back up. And all the way down to the bottom ribs. And leaning onto the right hand side, just onto the right hand side of that spine, all the way up, all the way down, and then gradually rolling over onto our right hand side. Pop that right arm, so it's up parallel with the front edge of the long side of the mat, and let that roller go all the way through the armpits, through those ribs, down to the bottom, all the way back up. All the way down and rest with it at the bottom rib. And I want you to rock forwards and backwards and gradually creep your way up, feeling any knots. Creep your way all the way up until you get to where the arm joins into the armpit. And then creep your way all the way down. All the way back down. All the way down to those bottom ribs again. And if you come to a place where there's a particular knot, just hang out there for a little bit. Wiggle around. Now rest your bum on the floor and your elbow and just push that roller out of the way and grab the tennis ball. And then just lower the tennis ball into the base of that shoulder blade. So I'm doing circles around the base of that shoulder blade. And then rocking a little backwards and forwards. And I'm going to find, here we go, find a knot. There's a big knot all the way down the back edge of my shoulder blade. So I'm going to stick the ball in that knot. And I'm just going to breathing in, breathing out. Apply a bit more pressure. I can straighten my arm, bend my arm, straighten my arm, bend my arm, straighten it, bend it. And I can move that ball a little bit more. Lift the ball up and move it further up towards the armpit. I can rotate my arm. So I rotate my forearm, push the palm away, turn towards. Bring the arm up, bring the arm down. Take the arm in, take the arm out. Just move the arm around. So I'm demanding blood down through. Then I can move the ball up a bit. And I can feel for any other knots. And if there aren't any, there's no need to create anything. You just go to where you find areas of tension. So there's one here where the arm joins into the armpit at the back. I can just move the ball in there. And then lift yourself up, move that ball out of the way, bring that roller back in. And just smooth it all off by going all the way up, all the way down with that roller. All the way up, all the way down. Good. And then gradually go over onto the back. And we could do a bit of it, a little experiment. Go all the way onto the back. Rest with that roller in the middle of the spine. Breathing in. On the out breath, extend yourself over and let your head come to the floor. Take those hands together and slide those hands away on the floor. And feel one arm maybe feels a bit looser. Slide those arms back, bring that chin up into the chest and roll. For me, the arm I've just done is the worst arm, or worst shoulder. Now we're going over onto the left side. So I don't particularly feel much more range of motion, but they feel more similar. All the way up, all the way down on this left side, and then right over onto the left. All the way up, all the way down. And then through that armpit. And then stop with the roller at the bottom of the ribs and just rocking forwards and backwards through this left armpit, making that left arm parallel to the long side of the mat. Rocking forwards and backwards. Pivoting over and then back up again. Use as much or as little body weight as you need to get into those knots. And then lift yourself up, slide that roller out, grab that tennis ball. And let's put the tennis ball at the bottom of the shoulder blade to start with. I'll just do circles there. Find where there's a knot. So I've got a knot here which goes right up into my armpit. So I can just move around on that knot. And then move that ball up a little bit. So if you had a massage or saw a physio, they would get into these knots and they would break them down, but you're getting that work done once every week or once every couple of weeks. If you get on the ball and the roller every day, you're just attacking these knots at a not such an aggressive way and more often. So it's a nicer way to break down the scar tissue and the knotted tissue. Good, so keep moving that ball up the armpit, all the way up till you get into where the arm joins into the armpit, working through all those knots, and then move it back down again. Good. And then a little bit further until you get all the way back down to the base of the shoulder blade. Good. And you can try the knots you found at the bottom again and see if they feel a bit looser. And then move the ball out of the way. Pop that roller back in. And then rolling through the armpit on the roller. All the way down to the bottom ribs, all the way up through that armpit. And then over onto the back side of the side. And then all the way over onto your back. All the way up. All the way down. Remember that we're meant to be arching, so it's easy when we've gone on the side to be straight. So remember, we're pushing that breastbone up to the sky, letting the head drop down. So just stop with that roller in the middle of your upper back. Take your hands all the way over your head, touch the ground with those hands and push those arms away. Push those legs away and feel how much more freedom you have with your armpits. So if you've got tension with the shoulder joint, take hold of your right wrist and pull that away. And take hold of your left wrist and pull that away. So tension in the shoulder joint will restrict the thoracic spine. Bend the knees up and start to move the roller again. It will restrict your thoracic spine. So everywhere needs to be able to move to the maximum that it can move. Okay, bring that head up. Pop the bum on the floor and lift yourself up off the roller. Move that roller out of the way. Okay, rolling down onto your side, facing me. I'm on my right hand side, so you can face me if you want, probably best for the first one. Lie with your arm under your head, your right arm under your head, straighten that right leg and put that left leg over so that it's being trapped by the right leg. Take this left arm straight out, roll that shoulder up to the ear, down and back, and put this left arm up into the sky. Let that left arm just hang backwards. So pulling this shoulder, letting this shoulder fall down behind the body, pushing that left hand away, breathing in, breathing out, push that left hand away, and then glide that left hand up towards the head, down towards the waist, up towards the head, down towards the waist. Up towards the head, down towards the waist. Pushing that left hand back, letting that shoulder pull down and back, pushing that left hand behind you. Bring that left arm all the way down towards your bum, all the way around the floor on the front, all the way out and back, all the way around, down on the floor on the front, all the way around and back. And go the other way, all the way around Drag it across the floor in the front, all the way across the legs, round the back, all the way up. And then release it on the floor. Come onto your tummy. Leave that left hand on the ground, put the right hand palm down and bring that right knee up. So we're turning to face the right. Let that left arm slide away, pull that left shoulder down and back, pushing off this right hand, breathing in, breathing out. Push off this right hand so we feel the stretch through that left shoulder, through that left arm. Now push that left arm into the floor, breathing in, breathing out. Release the left arm and lift off the right side a little bit further, just a few millimeters so we get more stretch again through that left side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And release back onto your tummy. Put your left arm under your head. Roll onto your left hand side, put the left leg straight, tuck the right foot under the left leg. Roll that right shoulder up to the ear, down and back, and take that arm up into the sky and pull that arm backwards behind you. Keep the body vertical and let that just the arm hangs back. Push those fingers away. Let the arm come up towards the head, down towards the feet. Up towards the head, down towards the feet, pushing the hand away. Letting that arm just swing. Pushing that hand away. Letting it swing. Reaching. Take that arm all the way up to the head. And then bring that all the way around the back, along the floor, over the leg, up in front. All the way over the head, around the back, down towards the bum, all the way up, all the way around, reaching out with that arm, over the leg, all the way up to the top. All the way over, reaching, leave it behind you and let it just hang there. Push those fingers away. And then go the other way, all the way up to the head, around in front, over the leg, over the body, all the way up behind, up, over in front, over the leg, all the way up behind, reaching. Let that arm hang behind again and just swing it up and down behind the body. Reaching, and then rest that on your leg, roll onto your tummy. Put that right arm out on the floor in that pitchfork position. Let the right arm slide away. Take the eyes to the left. Left hand on the floor. Lift the left side off the floor using the hand and the knee. Let that right arm slide away. Just adjust yourself. If you've got to adjust your chest, go for it. Pull that right shoulder down and back. Feel the stretch through that right shoulder. And then push that right arm into the floor, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, pushing that right shoulder into the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out, release that push, lift that left shoulder off the ground more, keeping the right cheek down, right shoulder down, right chest down, lifting a little bit more. Push a bit hard, a bit again with that right arm into the ground. And then release and lift into a bit more of a stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. And release and lay yourself on your tummy. So hands are near, fingertips are by the eyes, elbows down by the side. Breathing in. Lengthen the legs, clench the bum, tighten the thighs. Draw in the core and lift your belly off the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push through those forearms and lift that upper body, keeping the bottom ribs on the ground. Eyes come to horizontal. Breathing in. Breathing out and lower all the way back down again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push those forearms into the ground. Lift that upper body and chest up, stretching. And then lower back down to the floor. Slide those hands down so they're by the chest. Breathing in on the out breath. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the legs. Tighten the glutes, lengthen those legs, bring the knees and feet off the floor. Push off those hands, open the chest, come to the bottom ribs. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift onto the pubic bone, opening that chest, breathing in. On the out breath, straighten those arms, lengthening the head away from the toes, breathing in. On the out breath, tighten the thighs, lift those knees off the floor. Lengthen the head from the toes so the hammock lifts. If you've got a hammock hanging in your garden and you pull the two ends away from each other, the middle bit lifts. So if we push our head from our toes, we lift the middle. Drop the knees, drop the pubic bone, drop the bottom ribs, and go back onto the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders all the way up to the ears, down and back. Lengthen the head, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lift up the upper body so we are on the bottom ribs, breathing in. On the out breath, lift onto the pubic bone, breathe in. On the out breath, lift onto the knees. So the bend is at the hip flexor and the ribs. Tummies engaged, lower backs not bending. Tighten the thighs, lift the knees off the floor. Push the head away from the toes and lengthen. Drop the knees to the ground, bum into the air, back into child pose. Stretching through that lower back, push those fingers away from you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull the knees apart on the mat. Lift the body up onto all fours, engaging the bum. Swing the hips through back into up dog. Clench the butt, clench the tummy, and engage the core. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Open the chest. Clench the bum and push into the hip flexors. Lower the pubic bone on the floor. Lower the bottom ribs on the floor. Lower the head back to the floor. Slide the arms down so the fingertips are by the top of your head, elbows by your waist. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those hands and forearms and lower. Keep the elbows down, lift the hands and forearms up and lower. Bodies lengthen, knees and feet are off the ground. Lift those hands and forearms up, hold them here. Lengthen the head away from the toes. Stretch through that neck. Keep the eyes straight down to the floor so the back of the neck is lengthened. Lift those arms right off the ground. Tummy's elevated. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms so the only thing touching the floor with pressure is your pubic bone, your bottom rib and your forehead. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them high. Touch the left hand down, right arm up. Right arm up, left arm down. Repeat, left arm up, right arm down. Right arm up, left arm down. Hold both arms up. Lengthen your legs. Engage your core. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath. Lift those arms up. Lengthen the legs. Draw in the core. Lift that head up. Draw in the core. Rest on the bottom ribs and the pubic bone. Lift the left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms and legs up for 3, 2, 1. Hold yourself here. So this is the same as the bow pose, except we have our hands holding our feet and our knees are bent. We're resting on the bottom rib and the pubic bone and release. Breathing in. On the out breath, we're now going to lift the whole body up into the position we just left. So breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hands and forearms up, lift the arms up, lift the head up, lift the legs up, lift the tummy up, resting on the pubic bone and the bottom ribs. And lower to the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, back to that extended position, resting on the pubic bone and the bottom ribs. Take those hands forwards. Bring those arms back. Push those hands straight up. Bring those hands back. Push those arms straight up. Bring those hands back and lower. Bring the hands next to the chest. Breathing in, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift that upper body up. Don't pressure up the arms, draw in the core. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the hands in the floor. Lift onto the pubic bone. Breathing in. On the out breath, straighten the elbows and come onto the knees. Breathing in. On the out breath, tighten the thighs. Lift the knees off the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, drop the knees down, bum into the air. Back into child pose. All the way back. Breathing in, and on the out breath, walk the hands to the left-hand side of the mat. Stretch that right armpit, look under that right arm. Walk the hands to the right-hand side of the mat, stretch and look under that left arm. Hands on the mat, slide yourself all the way forwards and lie on your right-hand side. Right leg straight, left leg tucks under. Both hands come away on the floor, resting that head down. Breathing in on the out breath, top arm, all the way over and opening, reaching, pushing that left arm away and bring those arms back together. Breathing in on the out breath, all the way opening with that left arm, left shoulder to the floor. And bring those hands back together. Breathing in. On the out breath, all the way opening. Push those hands away. Bring those hands back together. Breathing in. All the way over to opening. Hold these arms here. Push the left knee to the floor. Take that left shoulder to the ground, reaching and stretching. Turning that left ear to the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those hands back together. Uncross the legs. Turn onto your back and go all the way over onto your left-hand side. Left leg straight. Arms perpendicular to the body. Tuck the right leg under the left leg. Breathing in. On the out breath, right arm all the way over to the floor behind you. And close again. Keep this right knee on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, all the way over. Taking that right shoulder to the ground. And closing. All the way over with that right arm, turning that right ear as far to the floor as you can, pushing those hands away from each other, turning that ear down and bring those hands back together, breathing in. On the out breath, all the way opening, reaching and stretching. And bring those arms straight up, back on top of each other, untangle your legs, breathing in, take the arms over the head. Reaching and stretching, bring those fingertips to the sky, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way up, reaching towards those feet. Pull that tummy down towards the thighs. Bending those knees a bit, push that right leg down, push that left leg down. Right leg down, left leg, both legs down. Sit yourself up to sitting. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Put the palms of the hands on the floor behind you. Pull those elbows together. Push that chest forward, straighten those arms. Chest is right forward, breathing in. Look at those feet, make sure they're straight. Breathing out. Clench the legs, tighten the thighs, pull the toes to your nose. Clench the bum and lift yourself up. And lower yourself down. Adjust yourself, so maybe you have to move your hands, pull the elbows closer together, straighten the arms, push your chest forward, lift that bum up, eyes to the sky, breathing in, breathing out and lower, breathing in, breathing out and lift, eyes to the sky. Walk those feet in towards the bum. Hold your feet here, lift your right heel up. Straighten that right leg. Bend that right leg. Get those hips up higher. Lift that right heel up. Straighten that right leg. Bend that right leg. Lift those hips up. Straighten that right leg. Bend that right leg, lift those hips up. Left leg, lift the heel, straighten the leg, bend the leg, lift and readjust. Lift the left heel, straighten the left leg, bend the left leg, lift the chest and body up. One more, lift the left heel, straighten the left leg, bend, and lower the body down. Pop those legs straight, roll those hands down towards the feet, soften the knees, push the right knee into the floor and release. Push the left knee into the floor and release. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Hold behind the thighs and lift that body up vertically. Grab your stick. Push those knees down into the ground. Bring that stick up horizontally in front. Pull that stick onto your chest. Pull those elbows back. Lift that head to the sky, lift the chest up, push the stick forward. In this position, reach. So we stretch our back out. Keep the arms straight, pull the shoulders together. Reach and push forward. Pull the shoulders back. Bring the elbows in and pull those shoulders back, open the chest. Push the stick up to the sky. Bring that stick behind your head. Lean the body back, chin up. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Back to center. So the tummy button turns. Turn to the left. Back to center. Turning to the right. Back to center. Turning left. Back to center. Turning right. Back to center, sit up vertically. Push that stick up to the sky. Bring that stick down in front. Turning right. Arms straight. Back to center. Turning left. Back to center. Bring the stick back onto your chest. Bend those elbows. Pull those shoulder blades up. Lift that body up. Push that stick up to the sky. Bring the stick behind the head. Soften the knees if you want to release those hamstrings, those quads. Sitting up tall, leaning back. Hold it here. Leaning back. Push the stick up to the sky. Bring the stick down. Push the stick up. Bring it down. Push it up. Bring it up to vertical. Lower your body down to the floor, keeping the stick vertical all the way down. Breathing in on the out breath, keep the stick to the sky. Crunch yourself, rolling back up. Rolling back up, keep the stick above the head. Up to tall. Breathing in on the out breath. Lowering down, keep the stick above the head. Lowering down. Good. Up straight, breathing in on the out breath. Sitting up. Try to keep the stick above the head. Up tall. Lowering down. Try to keep the stick above your head. Really work hard with those tummy muscles. Breathing in on the out breath. Push the stick up to the sky. Chin into the chest. Lift yourself all the way up to vertical. Keep those, if you've got those knees down, that's fine. If you've got your knees bent, try not to let them hang out to the side. Try to keep them straight. Bring the stick down behind your head. Straighten your knees if you can. Breathing in, leaning back. Breathing out, roll down to the floor with the stick behind you. Slowly rolling down. Whoa. Okie doke, see who can roll back up. I'm not sure even I can do that. Breathing in. Chin into the chest. Oh, I can't do it. Rolling, well done, Hillary. Rolling back up. Breathing in on the out breath. Slowly rolling down. Oh, nice one. Breathing in on the out breath. Rolling back up. Oh my goodness, I can't do that. Hillary can do that. Coming back up, well done. Arms up, stick in the sky above you. Bring that stick onto your chest, leaning back, turning left, back to center, turning right, back to center, turning left, back to center, turning right, back to center, left, center, right, center. Push the stick forwards. Rest it on your legs, push it on the floor beside you and sitting up straight. Okay, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pop those hands on the floor behind you. Legs are straight, be in the center of your mat. We're going to do a tricky one. Right, push those arms straight, push that chest up, breathing in. On the out breath, lift up that body. On the in breath, turn those feet to face the right. Lift up onto a side plank. Oh, left arm in the air. Bring that left arm onto the floor, roll over onto normal plank. Lengthen the body, make sure that pelvis is in line with the spine. So lengthen through the hip flexors, drawing the core, open the chest, shoulders back and down, no sagging of the lower back. Turn onto that left arm, onto the side of our feet, and then over. You are going to have to wiggle because we're going to come off the mat. Over onto reverse plank. Good. Well, that was a tricky one. So we should be backs facing the floor. And then lower the bum down. Push off those fingers, hands on your legs, and roll down forwards towards your feet. Good, sitting up tall, pop those hands on the floor behind. Breathing in on the out breath, lift up those hips. Going to do the other way around now. So turn the feet to the left, lift up onto that left hand, right arm in the air. You have to step your feet over the top of each other, turn over onto plank. You have to move your feet around. Bring the right arm into the middle of the mat, turn onto the outside of the feet and go right hand down, left hand up. And you're going to bring your right foot over, left foot in front, and go over into reverse plank. Well done. And then lower down to the ground. Push off those fingers, hands on your legs, and roll down towards your feet. Sorry, I got a bit carried away then. Roll down towards your feet. Push those knees into the ground, sit yourself up tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind. Lift and turn, looking over that right shoulder. And then come to the front, put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, lift and turn over that left shoulder. And then face the front. Holding behind the thighs, pull up onto the seat bones, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, lift up that chest. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those arms with those shoulders. Big circles all the way up, all the way around and down. All the way up, all the way around and down. All the way up, leave them in the sky, palms together. Push those hands up high, breathing in. Breathing out. Reach those arms out wide. Rest them on your legs. And roll your shoulders. Well done. Turn the head right. Turn the head left. Back to center. Okay.